Hello there, and welcome back to Rising World for some relaxing survival building terraforming. So anyway, I'm just going to show you what I did since last time, and I'll show you a few things in this video that may be helpful to you. So without further ado, let's get to Rising World. I'm going to cue up some of my music. Alright, not too loud, I believe. So let's go and see what I've been doing. So remember last time I said I'm probably just going to build a house to start putting like my crafting stuff in, and I started over there. Just a little bit, an example of laying down like a foundation or something, and I changed my mind. I decided I want the convenience here at the start of the game of like mining out stuff in a quest to get iron, more iron. I got some last time, but I needed more. Still do. But basically I got my water source over yonder. Been cutting down trees and replanting saplings, and they've been growing up. And when you keep doing that, on the average, you will produce more trees than you take down. And I just laid out blocks here in my mining area to make it a little bit nicer. The torches shine through better when they're on some sort of posts. I toyed with the idea of making this look more like a mine by using wooden beams here, but I'd be spending so much time getting wood and all that, whereas the stone, I'm mining that out as is, so I put down stone blocks. I chose a variety that, well, it looks kind of pinkish, but we're on the beach, we're tropical. And so, got the primitive shelters that I made last time, my survival shelter in here. Made some chests, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Got the block bench there for making stone blocks, so that's where I come to a lot to make blocks, and I put a chest here so I can keep my excess stone here, as well as, I even have more to add, as well as some of the blocks I make. What I'm going to do is actually, hey, let's take that right back out again. What I'm going to do is make some more blocks, and we're going to keep mining, and I'll show you what I do in that whole mining exercise. So, since I got some stone on me, I can go to the block bench here, hit F. Now, if I can find the stone type that I've been using before, I believe it's cobblestone. And let's see here. This may be it. No, that looks a little too busy to be it. Maybe it's not under the cobblestone category. Let's see here. Sandstone requires sand to make that. If I want to, get all this stuff from the beach. Marble, that's not it. Loam, I don't think so, because loam is made out of dirt. Yeah, that makes sense, because it's loam. Marble, no, I don't have marble. Wood blocks, if you have wood that you want to use, that's where you can make blocks. I mean, blocks are basically squares and other shapes that occupy one block of area. Wood planks. This is looking further and further away than something I would do. Maybe it's just under regular stone. No, it isn't. Stone bricks. No, the stuff I'm doing looks less bricky. Here, let's just look at it real quick and see. It's probably in the cobblestone category. Yeah, swirly. Kind of swirly looking. So let's go here. And I'll go into the cobblestone again. After you use the crafting bench, it'll save this block bench, it'll save the last stuff you were working on. But when you log off and stuff, That tends to change, you know, it goes back to default. No, that's not it. I should have memorized it, but I thought I'd find it again. This looks like the pattern, just not the color. No, that's not it. This has gotta be it. It's gotta be, it's the only thing that's the right color. So let me go over here, and I'm just gonna make one set here just to see if in the inventory it added to what I had. No, it put it in a separate stack. Oh boy, does it stay here? Okay, material 11, 111. So that might help. That might help indeed. So let's go back here. Yeah, this is ID number 110. Well, that sounds close. How about this? 111. All right, so that's it. See, that's how you can find what you did before. The game's nice and tells you. All right, so I'm gonna make as many of these as I can, because we're gonna go mining down in just a minute. I'll finish the brief tour of this room I'm in and talk about what I did to make it, and then we're gonna see that, because I'm gonna keep mining down, because what we want is more iron so we can make rods. So all the stone I had on me just went into making these. This is disposable now. Can I just drop it off the side and lose it? Yeah, looks like it. Alright, so we have these. I got some torch mounts and torches. And let's put a little food here. Actually, the watermelon will help me with food and water. Be nice to find more of that. I do have that water source nearby that's not that bad of a trip to get to. How about I use up this single apple first? That way I can move this and organize my slots better. But anyway, the rest of this room, yeah, there's the primitive smelters, or I guess they're called primitive furnaces. Ooh, I might have to move my shelter because I need to access that side. So let's do that. Hold down the F key. Now let's make sure it's in a hotbar slot. Switch it for the apple. I might be able to. Oh, I'm using my. I'm using the mouse scroll bars to turn it, and that's not how you turn things in Rising World. Sorry, so used to other things. Right there, I guess. I will eventually be putting this stuff in a house or in buildings. I'm thinking of maybe doing a town. Right click, hold down to place things. There we go. Alright, so now that I'm done doing that, I can give you the rest of the tour here. I got the crafting bench, or the workbench as it's called. This is where you make most of your initial crafting stations. The only thing you can make from your inventory is the workbench and the primitive furnaces. But I use this to make the saw bench because we're going to need that. Up there is the doorway. Be nice to put a door on it for some protection. Now this area is pretty safe, but if I wander off and get chased by a bear, I need to be able to run into somewhere where I can stay safe. Looks like I have enough lumber on me to make those wood planks. Let's look at doors. They have their own category. So yeah, this saw bench is a crafting station you make with lumber. You don't need the iron to make the saw. It just puts that in there. But it's something where you craft wooden items like wooden planks, wooden beams, and then doors and other things made out of wood that need their own kind of wood crafting station, and that's what the saw bench is. Old door. How about that kind of door? That would look better for this kind of stylish little mine that I got. So yeah, we'll just make one. And I'm not going to make an internal door for this section, but you could. I'm going to put this right on the outside. Oh, it's night already. So the arrow shows you which way it swings, so that's nice. And I'd like it to swing outward. And so let's put it here. Or no, inward. Excuse me. So as you see, it's like 2 wide and about 4 tall in blocks. I don't really... Yeah, nope, that's not what I wanted. So let's take her down. Hold down the F key, I think. There we go. Let's do it from the outside. Use the arrow keys to turn things around. I think that's what I needed to do to begin with. Put it right in the middle there. It's got enough area to swing. Open. Right click. Hold it down. And boom. So yeah, you can't place these down in a hurry. Hit F. Opens. And now it closes all the way because I put it in right. There we go. So now we got a door. And what I'm going to do is, just say that basically I'm going to show you now how I did this room, but I'm mostly just going to do stairs as I mine down. But then I mined out to the side and place blocks. Placing blocks is pretty easy. And so in my inventory, I'm going to want some of these steps. They're here. I'll have some food in slot too, because I always forget to eat, when I'm building stuff and all that. And then I hear the character groan. I look down and the food thing or the water thing's red. And yeah, I need to eat quick. And it looks like, yeah, I'm a little low on water there, but it's not so bad yet. But I'll do it when the time comes. So anyway, take the trusty pickaxe here, and what we're going to do is whack some space here for the torches. I want torches in this area. I don't need to put them up yet. I can still see pretty well here. But just whack away, whack away, whack away. And then whack away at the bottom. This is where I'm going to be putting stairs going down, so let me take away a little bit here so we have space to put them in. So then I believe I have them in slot 3. Hit the arrow keys left and right, rotate horizontally, up and down, rotate vertically. And what you can do is you can left click, drag across. I think I'm going to make them 3 wide going down. That's all I need, right? How about 5 wide? Can I get a 5th in there? Sometimes you can wedge it into somewhere where it looks like there's a little bit of stone, but nope, not this time. So yeah, I'm going to make them 5 wide. So that means I should put another one back here. As you see, there's some hole there underneath from somewhere I mined out, and I just covered it up with the floor. There. Right click puts 1 in, but you can drag a strip of them. And I'll show you that. Let's do right click, put that one in. And for left click and dragging, you can drag a strip in. Here, that will be the next step down. When you hear that boop, that means you're standing in the way. So, there we go. Just move around a little bit. Now here, I really should put a little more stone back in so it doesn't look bad. So I'm gonna put, I'll come eat the food later. Let's put the stone in the food slot there so I can quickly access it too. There we go. You move around and find a, you know, what is the best way of doing this. That looks like it'll be pretty good, so I'll right click that in, and then there, like that. That looks pretty good. All right, let's go back to 3 and actually 1. So that's what you do. You keep doing that. Now, the thing is, I am paying attention to how, you know, how things look to a certain degree. And so I'm trying to hide things that look bad while I'm putting stone back in after I mine it out. Just to make it look better. Now, what I can also do here is put these in a little bit wider. You got to have something to attach it to. So I'll just drag that out as far as it'll let me, just so we don't see the hole there. No, I'm going to have to use rock here. So let's hit the hot key for rock, put it in. Go back to the, yeah, I keep trying to hit escape to get the thing out of the way of what I'm looking at. But that's not the thing to hit. Now here, that will obscure where the torch is going to go. Maybe if I go from this side. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of fuddling around. 1. Okay, whenever I want to clear the view, just hit 1. That gives me my pickaxe back. And I could chisel that away, and it looks a little bit better. Let's see here. There we go. That's good enough. Now, I'm not going to be as anal as I keep going down, because I'm pretty much going to go fairly narrow here. And what I'm looking for is more iron ore, so I can make the anvil, which allows me to make rods and plates. And that's kind of important. Now, as you go down further and further, you get better and better ores. But I should keep putting in stairs here. Left click, drag across. Now, I'm not going to manicure this that heavily. It was that doorway that took the most work. And so this way you can also keep track of, you know, going down. It will let you put the blocks into stone a little bit. If there's a little bit of space, it'll overlap them in. So that's kind of nice. But you do end up getting a lot of stone as a result. So that's why instead of using wood for like frames around the doorway and stuff, I'm using stone. Now let me see, is this right? No, I think I got that wrong. So you can't get the stuff back after you place them. You can whack at it, but it'll destroy it. So it'll take it out, but you don't recover the material. Okay, now let's see here. 5 is the key for my torch mounts. 4 for the torches. And hover over it when you see it in place. You right click and put it there. Now this is probably going to need a little bit of a tap there. Yeah, that should be good. All right, there we go. I might, you know, just to make this look better, is make this 2 wide, 2 blocks wide or something like that. The vertical aspect. Because yeah, I might actually make this later into a room, you know, and just put walls up and ceiling blocks in, so it's all just kind of covered. Because later this will be repurposed, I guess, into something else. I don't know. I was thinking of, like, instead of just making it one house for me, is make kind of like a village, and if I continue playing alone, it'll still be a place where I can go to all the different buildings to get stuff and craft and all that, but kind of like organize it, like have a masonry where the all the stone making stuff is. And this would be the ideal spot for it. The mason would basically be living on the beach, and the masonry would be there, because that's where there's a good supply of stone. That would mean for the ironsmith, might either get the stone from the mason, or I don't know. Or make a new mine. I'm sure I could put mines in other places. I was just having a little bit trouble there to start. This is the best place to get stone and to get down into ores. Because some of the other places just didn't look right. Now, I'm gonna check what I have over here. Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing down here, where I'm going to have a frame like this. Let's see here. Just to get more torches up, because we're going to need light, as you see, in this area. But it's got to look good. Because even those torches right there are not giving me enough light for the further down I'm going. Now, bulges like this can come out. I mean, it takes a little bit of working and reworking and configuring. You can make some really nice spots. This is a game about, you know, more of like imaginative creativity than just being utilitarian about things. Now, I'm going to need some of these blocks. Regular square blocks. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I believe that's all I need. What, I had that on 8? I want it on 13. So let's move it down to 5 and I'll get 13. I was clicking and not hitting. Alright, so there we go. Oh, looks like I had run out of steps anyway, so they filled in that slot. That's good. Now, I could, you know, and I probably am at this point, now that I've shown you this and basically what I'm doing. I am going to so yeah, break that out. You don't get it back. It just breaks. Or actually, this is what I meant. There we go. Now, because it's on steps, I'm probably going to have to go up 6 here. We might as well go up 7 to the roof. What the hell? Yeah. And then we need to go over a space of 2 at least. But I'll probably make this wider because, you know, that's the shape that I carved out. Not everything has to be the same width. This will work as, oh, we need more blocks. I think it's 3 more. One, here, just hit this 3 times. 2, 3. There. Okay, so what I'm going to do now that I've shown you this, is I'm going to go down quicker. I'm going to need another block down here to go into the ground. But so we can see what we're doing, let's put the torches up. I like to have them on the, like I don't want to put it there in the middle because I want it to shine down the way I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to move quicker in the mining now. Here, we got to get this out of the way. It won't let me put a torch in that area. Not enough space. Come on, let me do it, please. There, I saw it for a second. It is showing, I guess it isn't. Yeah, I had to jump to get it to let me to start, and then to continue I had to keep jumping because I was too far away, so I had to keep jumping. Good thing it didn't disturb the progress of doing it, the placing it. This one, it lets me put it in from here. So yeah, distance does matter. So what I'm going to do in going faster is I'll just put down, after I get this, I'm sorry, I've got to put that lock in. You know, what I'm going to do is just mine down and then make it look nice later. I mean, I'm still not convinced that this is what I'm going to do here. I might actually make this into a mine and then put in wooden beams and stuff like that and take out all this stuff. I should have made 2. Oh, I do have 2 on me. Good. All right, great. Now I can go forward. Now this is still dark here. That might be coal, which is more efficient for the furnace. Okay, there we got a flash for telling me I need to eat. Yes, I am. Oh, no, that's stone. This is coal. So we're getting coal. Yeah, I got a flash there telling me I need to eat, so I am going to put you here. Eat some watermelon, that'll give me food and water. Yeah, that should maximize it for now. All right, good. But I gotta work it out here. So what I'm gonna do is not worry about putting in the side columns so much now, as I'm gonna just work my way down. Because right now, really, the next mission is get this more iron, get some coal. That'll make it better smelting. It's more efficient than the wood. But yeah, I want to get the iron so I can make that anvil, make the rods, make the plates. Then I can make that bow I want so I can hunt. And then the food lasts longer and you have fewer gathering runs to do. So I will just put torches up on the cavern now, just to speed up, but at least that shows you how I use blocks and stuff just to kind of make a space for myself here. And I am still going to use this for a bit, you know, once I get a good crop of trees. We are going to go out before the end of the episode and look at the area there. Basically been chopping down trees, replanting them, and you get more than what you chop down. And that's how you multiply your trees that you can harvest. And since I am running this as a server on a separate computer, I don't have to be in the game. I could let the server run. Yeah, I'm gonna need more torches. And yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna make this look more like a real mine later. Right now, I was just working with what I had, and I had plenty of stone. The wood you gotta wait on unless you want to go around chopping down trees over a vast area. You gotta wait for more to grow, but I definitely have more trees out there than I had. But either way, the steps are kind of nice. I think I might just keep continuing with that. Or you know what? Also, placing the torches on the blocks does go much better. Okay, yep, I'm getting out of torch range there, so I'm gonna have to make more blocks and torches. So with the amount of stuff I have on me, I can, let's see, the max you can make at once is 64. So let's make 64 of those, and then I need to make 64 of the step segments. Because yeah, I am going to keep putting these down. I'm just looking at the mess there, and it's like, it'll be easier to see the torches if I took the time. Well, I have enough stone on me to do all that. And just to keep the inventory a little bit clear, I am going to put the stones away here. You can shift left click and put them away like that. What I'm going to do is coal and ore I'm going to put in a chest by that. So it's the saw bench where you make chests. Hopefully I have enough lumber. I know I have enough logs. I'll just make the logs into lumber if I need to. Let's see here. Where is it? Chests. Or is it under storage? Resources, table, cupboards, miscellaneous. Is it under miscellaneous? Nope. Piano. Decoration, doors, beds. I've already made it. I just forget what category it's in. Construction, it's not. Resources, no. Seating, no. Tables, no. Cupboards, no. Miscellaneous, we can see not. Decoration, doors, beds, bathrooms. ladders. Chests right there. I just skipped totally over it. And I think I went with the old chest, model number. That one, the dark one. I'm gonna see if I can make two. No, it'll only let me make one. I don't have enough lumber. Okay. There we go. It's in slot 4. Because I'm trying to keep the inventory clear. And since I will be making buildings and stuff to put things in, I'm not gonna worry about making this area look so nice just yet. But then there's just some times where, I just see things and it's like, oh, I gotta fix that. Keep the coal down here. Keep the ores up here along with the ingots. I don't need to be carrying them around on me. Okay. Now, let's keep these other food items up here and move cotton fabric stuff down there. I got some ores here. Here's copper ore that I can put in there. All right, so that's good. Keep things organized. Over here is where I keep some of my tools that I don't want to keep in my inventory all the time. I'm going to keep the axe there because I'll probably be using that in a little bit. So anyway, let's keep going. Oh, no, we need torches. That's right. And technically these should be blocks. Like there, I can see that's a... There. It just looks nicer, man. Left click and just drag till you can't drag it more, then right click and it goes into... Oh, I made the wrong stuff. Ah. You know, this is just going to get annoying if you just watch me trying to make the right blocks. Ah. And then I always hit tab. So these are the wrong ones. Looks like it's throwing them on the ground there, so I guess you can pick them up. You want them quick. Change your mind. Let's do 64 and 64 because yeah, I want to make 64 of each. But yeah, as you can see, this is when you make mistakes, and you will. This is how you get around them. What was it? 111. Yeah, somehow I'm in... Well, still in cobblestone. Color just doesn't look right, but yeah, they are 111s. One stone makes one block. And with the wooden blocks, one log equals one block. So that's why you need a lot of tree to do that. Those will despawn in time. There we go. That's just because that was exposed. Alright, so let's get back to the actual work at hand here rather than satisfying my needs. Alright, that's the right one. That's the step. Gotta rotate it the right direction. See, it shoves some of them pretty far in to the stone. But I'm not going to go extra wide if I can avoid it. Sometimes I do, though, just because it looks better. I think right here is where I'm going to put another post for torches. Got plenty of logs. You can do it with logs and it looks more like an actual mine. This is straight across, right? And just go across one side to the other. Just looks better. All right. I don't think I made the torches though. That's just at the regular. Actually, you could do it in your inventory. Torches and torch mounts. One set of torch mounts actually gives you 2, and then we'll make 2 torches. Where's the torch? There. The stone out of the way here. Put the torch there. All right. And so, I know a lot of this I can do off screen. Yeah, that doesn't look great. You know what, I'm just gonna not worry about having things look good for now. I'm just gonna try and keep things well lit and just keep going till I get iron. And then make it look nice later. Especially when I'm not, you know, recording and, you know, having people watch me do this. Now, the thing is, when it's dark, and this, when it's dark, it's hard to see where you put your torch mounts. Like, it let me put one there, but then you call up the torch and you can kind of see it now because it's lit. And then you just got to watch to where you see the torch actually hover into place. Not letting me get that stone. There we go. There we go. Now let's see how far we can get mining. There we have something. And then you got to see if there's any more of that around. And I'm going to check my inventory to see whether I'm getting... Yeah, now it's ringing metallic. I think it says iron ore. When it's a little dark, you can just go by where you hear the metallic ringing. But I probably should make some more torches. That seems to be about as far up as it goes. what I am probably going to do is make another couple torches and torch mounts. I'm not going to mount torches in here unless it seems like it goes back deep or something. No, that's just stone. But I want to make sure I got all the ore. And it's getting a little dark in here, so I'm going to need a torch to see that. Actually, I could do torch in my inventory. Here. Iron ore. We've got 35 of it. That'll make 35 ingots, so... And that's just regular old stone. So since I need torch mounts for the future anyway, I'll just make them along with the torches. Although I'm just going to use this torch right now as a temporary thing. No. Nope. No more iron there. So, how does this fit with the rest of the thing? It's a little bit up, but that's okay. I can let it be a little bit tall here. I mean, I might just want to mine out at some point and just go outwards. You can mine out big old rooms, big old spaces, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not like Minecraft where things just spawn in. Here, because I need to continue the stairs. Rotate them. Yeah, I will eventually try to make this look like a real mine. This is just temporary, I don't know. So it shouldn't matter to me whether I use the right matching blocks or not. But anyway, I think what I'll do is use this iron ore that I found. Here, we're getting more coal. Might as well get this. Yeah, that's coal. Yeah. It does have a slightly different ring to it. Yeah, it looks like here. And I think over here. Yeah, there's a little bit more coal there. Kind of a light, kind of like a dark gray there. indicating it's not just stone. Now, hopefully be able to get out of here. All right, let's look at this. Let's do this. Put the stairs in. Oh, I don't have any more? I already ran out. Okay. Well, I'm going to do mining later and do that off screen. Let's get our stuff organized here. Let's get rid of all excess stone we have in this. This is the iron right here, right? And this is the coal. Okay, we're going to use the coal on the smelters. Oh, I do have more steps. All right, well, let's just put them here. There we go. Those there. So now in my inventory, I'm going to want coal and iron ore. Not in my inventory, in my hotbar, to place them. Okay. I'm trying to hit 5. But for some reason, what's going on? That's iron ore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now it's doing it. Just hold down right click and you can put all of them in like that. This is something where as you play the game you do get faster at things. And I'll do less of the showing of stuff on screen and more of the showing the result in the future. This is just in case there's new players watching and want to check it out. Something tells me from the past, if I'm remembering correctly, like 6 coal will smelt these up. Am I just... all right, here we go. Yeah, that's a little angled awkwardly, but we'll find out. So hit F and let them smelt. Now I'm probably going to need to eat. Probably should get some water too. Although I think if I eat tomato, that'll do both. Water and food. Let's organize these food items. Okay, let's eat some of these tomatoes. But now we'll make an anvil, and then we'll make some rods and plates. Okay. I just have 1 apple left, so I might as well just chow that down. And then 1 carrot, so I might as well chow that down. I'll be finding more because I'll be growing these things shortly. But anyway, we're going here. Yeah, so my water did get topped up with the tomatoes. I don't know if I have much more food on me that will allow that. So let's see how many iron ingots we need to make this anvil. So we look under crafting stations. Right here it is. We need 24. I have 16 coming, and I already have. Oh, it's not under there. And I have how many already done? 26. So that'll be enough for me to make. Where'd it go? I was trying to click it into place here. Did I accidentally knock it out somewhere? I don't see any iron ingots lying on the floor. Where did they go? That's the iron ore. Where'd the ingots go? Oh, I wasn't dragging the ingots. I was dragging the coal. My goodness. I'm sorry about that. So let's take... What's this? I put strawberries in there. We're not going to keep doing that. So we'll take you out of here. So we have enough ingots to make some plates and rods. Well, I'll make the anvil first and make some plates and rods. So we'll be good. Just gotta wait for that to cook up. But yeah, I am definitely going to be building a place so that the mine can be just a mine. I even skipped stairs here. What the heck? What was I thinking? What was I doing? Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to dispense with this whole stair thing. It's just because I was going to be living here for a bit, and I wanted it to kind of like be kind of clean, spacious and stuff, and I got to build a house. I got plenty of trees growing. If it's daytime, we can even look at that area, and let me see, how are we doing on wood anyway? We got plenty of logs. They stack up to 32s. Plenty of logs, not enough to build a house necessarily, but in fact, I'd probably do the ground floor in stone as it is. And I'll take this stuff out and just put in wooden beams and all that stuff and make this look like a real mine. That's actually what I will do. Not on screen, not now, but I will do that. But rather than just stand here and wait, we'll let those go. When they're done, well, it's nighttime. We won't be able to see anything out there anyway, so let's sleep the night away. And we'll take a look at the landscape. Yeah, sleeping does not speed up your processing of stuff. Just to see what's going on out here. You know, where I really would prefer to build, I was thinking putting a masonry shop right on top of this, but I don't know about that. I don't know about it. Maybe I'll just make a path down to this area. And build right up here. Because over here is where I got my water source. And pretty soon I'll be able to make the water canteen. I think with the plates, that's all I need. Oh, I probably need leather too. We'll see if there's an all metal one. Here, some saplings I planted. Just my water source is here to fill up the canteen. I could flatten out this whole area and use this to build my house on, so I'd have a house where on the second floor you can overlook the ocean. Anything special there? Carrots. Well, you don't really see the ocean from here. I don't know, maybe if it was high enough? It might. Oh, you see a little bit over there. But yeah, I guess I build a tall enough house. Or how about up here? As I showed you last time, I used the rake to flatten things and make them more even. Here. Might as well get a little more wood. Because yeah, I need more storage and just a nicer place to store things. So I might as well go through with it and build a house. But at least I do have a crafting area for now. If there's things I need to make, I have this stuff. I can also then, for building the house, move like my survival shelter out here, and the block bench, and the saw table, and the workbench. Maybe all of them. Just move them out here after I flatten the land a bit. Yeah, and that will be what I'll be having done by next time. I don't think I got any saplings there, did I? No. What's this? Oh, that's my iron ore. I'll still be putting some of that in, I think. So anyway, yeah, that's the plan. Up here, flatten this. Maybe I should do some streams where the longer taking things are done on streams. Is this something of use that I passed? I see something there. Well, I got one thing. I got strawberries, and then that, I guess, is nothing. Yeah, I'll do most of the work of flattening the land, and then I'll just top it off at the beginning of next episode, and then start building. That's probably a good way to go. Otherwise, it'll take a long time. Now, if it was a stream, go like hours and hours doing that. For anyone who wants to watch. And all right. Ah, come on. Empty hands. Turn it off with the F key. Yeah, it looks like 6 coal will do it. I probably have extra in these because of the wood. Here, turn it off, will you? You hit F on it to pick up the things, and you also use F to turn it on and off, so sometimes it's 31. Did I get all of my ingots out? Yep, all the ones out of there. No, stay off. Make sure you click accurately. There, I had left one behind. Alrighty, so we go over here. Let's make the anvil. Just one. And I'll put it over here by these smelters, although all this stuff is going to be moved. Right click it down. And then let's see here. What do I want to make first? I'm going to want to make a bow, because I'll need to start gathering leather. So we can look here under weapons. I want the recursive bow. Reflex bow. Sorry. Alright, and that needs 2 iron rods. So we'll want to make rods. And then we need arrows. One iron rod. It'll give you 4 arrows. Along with the sticks. So we need rods. Oh, one more thing. I want to check on the canteen. What do I need to make that? I think it's under utilities. Water skin needs 1. Why am I having a hard time reading this word? S01 sulfur for a water skin? Oh, jeez, I was on the wrong thing. 2 leather. That's it. Well, canteen though. 2 iron plates. That's what we're going with. Now I can store my water. All right, so we need like let's see how many rods this makes. Like the plate is 1 ingot per plate. I'm gonna make 2. Because I only have how many? Like 7 ingots left. But I could smelt more, and that's what I'm gonna do. Iron rods. I think I need 4 of these. Well, 1 ingot makes 4. But I will want to make more arrows than that. I think that would, you know, according to the recipe, what is it? 1 iron rod makes 4 arrows. Let's just make the rest. Oh, I can only make 4 more rods. All right, well, there we go. There we go, there we go. Let's get the rest of this in the, yeah, there we go. Did I make a plate? I thought I made a plate. Still have 6 iron ingots on me. Doesn't look like I made an iron plate. What the heck happened? Alright, well, let's do the rest of this iron ore anyway. I heard another extra sound. I hope I got them all in. Yeah, I think so. I'll turn them on. I'll add more coal as needed. But I still have ingots on me, so I should be able to make another plate. It's 1 ingot per plate. I need, it says 1 iron ingots to make rods. I have 6 iron ingots on me. Oh, the plates make the rods. Oh. Okay, so let's just make the rest of these into plates. right? I have 6 on me. So let's make them all into plates. Yep, 6. All right. So we're gonna make a canteen first, because that only needs iron plates. There we go, just one of you. Now let's see here. Okay, interesting. All right, so we're gonna go back here under weapons, reflex bow. We're gonna make one, and then use up the rest of our stuff to make arrows. There we go. Now, one thing I wanted to check on while over here, another thing, I want to get a horsey soon, so I need a saddle. What would that be under? Tools. Is a saddle a tool? I have the hunting knife so I can skin animals now that I hunt with my bow to get hides, but then I do need to make a tanning station to be able to use those. Miscellaneous, is it under that? Oh, it wouldn't be under this station. It would be under the tanning station. So I got to go to crafting stations and see how to make the tanning. What is it? Anvil, primitive furnace, smelting furnace. That's an upgrade from the primitive furnaces I have. Big smelting furnace. You know, so it does get better. You can make more faster. Got a loom we got to make. We can actually make that now that we have the stuff. We now have the rods and stuff to make the loom. I just got to make more leather. Takes 4 iron rods, so that's really 1 plate to make a loom. More iron is coming. So we can make the loom, and then the tanning rack is just 16 lumber. That's all. I can make that right now. That'll be for the future, so just make the lumber. I need 16 lumber. Since this makes 4, 2, 3. Now I might as well make more lumber than that because I'll need some for the tanning. No, the tanning and the loom. What the heck? Now, let's go back to crafting stations here. Loom needs 4 iron rods, so I'm going to get that. Let's do this tanning rack. Okay, and we're going to put right here. I don't think I'm going to be making more crafting stations until those plates I got there. Right, I have more iron plates, so I can actually make more rods. I can make the I keep trying to turn it with the there we go, with the mouse wheel, but it's the arrow key. So there's a tanning station. I should have put you somewhere else. Let's put you here so the loom can go next to the spinning wheel. I'm not going to be keeping this stuff in here for long. But we can make the loom because here I can make more rods. Are those done yet? I can't see with it on. Yep, they're ingots. Stay off, will you? Good thing you don't get burned. But yeah, as we go on, we will make better furnaces so we can do more at once. Stop turning it on. Okay. So I'm going to store the ingots in here. And the iron as well as the coal. I have enough plates on me to make more rods. I'm just going to make them all into rods. So I can make the loom and then the rest into arrows, so I have a ton of arrows. So these plates are going to be made into iron rods. There we go. So now we're going to make the loom. Game is starting to come back to me now. Put you there for now. I might make whole new sets of these for inside that look nice because I just went with the first one, the crude stuff. I don't know. I should have paid attention to that. I made it a nice workbench, but you know, the other crafting areas all look crude. Like, that's nice. That's kind of crude. So I wasted some materials. I mean, I could just save these. Maybe put these in some rundown shacks for visual appearance. I don't know. Because you don't get the materials back when you break them. The rest of the rods that I have on me are going to go into arrows. Let's have plenty of arrows. We're getting low on water, so we're going to take a walk to our water source. And I'm going to fill up the canteen there. Weapons. Arrows. Oh, I need more sticks. So go to resources. How much lumber do I have? Plenty of lumber. Just make 8 sticks. I mean, you end up using them. And then we go back to weapons. Go to arrows. See how many we can make. Now the cool thing is it puts your arrows in your ammo section here. And let's see, now that we have spinning wheel and a loom, we're going to put this down here. I'm just organizing stuff. It gave me some extra arrows that didn't fit in the ammunition area there. All right, so now I'm going to keep you there. I'm going to keep a food item here. Let's spin the rest of these. I had already spun the thread that I needed to make the bow, but now I still have some more spindles of thread here. Right click to run this, F to retrieve. I like how it has you do things to operate the different machines. Okay, that's as much as we can make. Let's look at our inventory. Yeah, it goes 1 for 1 with the cotton. Ooh. Gonna keep our weapon in slot 1. And then we're going to, yeah, I'll be doing mining later, so I'm gonna keep it on my inventory, but, all right, we got these threads here, so let's see how we do the, let's see how we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm hitting F, it's not doing anything. All right, right click. This side or something. I'm gonna have to figure out how to use the loom. Or, actually, let's go here to the workbench. Resources. No. Because maybe you have to make these spools of thread into something else first before you can use it on the loom. Although that's typically what a loom is for. You know, a loom is where you take threads and make it into fabric. Five. Make sure the right thing is called up. No, that's going to pick it up. Yeah, I'm going to have to look up how to use the loom. But yeah, the loom should be what takes the spindles of thread and makes it into something. It's just a specific spot on it you got to click. Yeah, I'm just trying all sorts of things. No, I'll have to come back to that. Sorry, folks. Don't remember the game completely. I've done that before, but it's been a while. I'll have to figure out how to use the loom. I may have to bring a torch up so I can see what I'm doing out here, because it's going to get dark. This might be a good screenshot for the episode. Of course, I got the mouse cursor right in the middle of the screen. Well, let's get water and use the canteen. It'll be dark when I have to switch what's in my hand to actually get water out of the pond and put it in the canteen. This is an important step. That canteen gives you a lot of freedom. I think it gives you like 2 bellyfuls of water. Something like that. Alright, I had a big cluster of trees around my water hole. Yeah, there's still some of them growing. So it should be right here somewhere. There it is. Get some water straight from the hole first. Now we're going to switch to the canteen. It'll get dark. But you just hit right click. No, right click is to drink. Let's hit F. That's drink. I just drank out of the pool. I didn't fill it up. How about left click? Nope. Right click, hold down. F, hold down. I think I'm just drinking. Yeah, like right now, I'm right clicking. Oh, I'm eating food. I don't have the... That's right, I can't see, so I don't know what I'm doing. All right, 3 is the canteen. Right click and hold it down. It filled it up. All right, good. Now we can head back. So now we have a full belly of water and we have a full canteen. So that's going to help me I think I'm walking the wrong way. There we go, this way. Back to the beach. That's going to allow me to be building a house and not be having to run to the pond constantly, although where I'm building the house is next to the pond. Okay, here we go. Thank goodness for those saplings. I could have very easily wandered off into the wrong direction. And in fact, I might still be. Go back to those saplings. And then try to gather my bearings. Saplings tell me those are trees I planted, so I know where I'm at. Well, I don't necessarily know where I'm at. Alright, yeah. These are most likely trees I planted, so let's try this way. That's a cabin. It ain't mine. But we can see if there's anything in it. I have a feeling I am lost. Good thing I have a bow on me. Although it's dark, I wouldn't know. Doesn't look like it has anything. If I make a crowbar, I might be able to take these wooden planks down and use them. Alright. Alright, this is not good. Well, what I can do, I got plenty of stuff on me to make a primitive shelter. Survival, or what do you call it? A survival shelter. General. Survival shelter. I need 32 sticks. One lumber makes 4. Let's make 8 here. 8 groups. General survival shelter. Okay. Now we can plop it down. I'm going to right click right in front of me here. And then hit F. Yeah, I'm sleeping. All right. There we go. That did the trick. Now let's pick you up. Ooh, I'm in kind of foresty area. These may not have been trees I planted. Yeah, I wandered into some country that could definitely have had bears. Let's get up high here on a ridge so we can see around. Good thing I have some weaponry on me. Yeah, let's go up here. I should be able to see better up here. Maybe I could see where the ocean is. I'm thinking that way. Ooh, watermelon. That might be my watering hole. But yeah, if I want some leather and stuff to make clothing and a saddle and all these other things, I need to do some hunting. So next time, actually, it may be building a house, it may be hunting, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. But definitely, yeah. Looks like I'm good to go. So I'm gonna take this survival shelter and put it away, and I'll be ending the episode now. So if you've enjoyed or relaxed with this journey in any way, please hit the like button, subscribe, show me a little bit of love. Let's put this in the chest here. There we go. Gotta figure out that loom. I mean, I don't know if you need to make those threads into something else before you put them on the loom. And this workbench, I know my mind goes in all these different directions. Medical, miscellaneous. I mean, it shouldn't be, but maps and all these things, yeah, that's coming. No, I really think it's like I gotta use the loom, but I gotta know exactly how and what press. I mean, it should be right click and hold it down, but that was not happening. Alright, I'll solve this by next time, and I'll let you all know. If you don't find out before then. Right click. Yeah, just keep right clicking. You know, it hasn't worked so far, it just might. Left click, no. We gotta figure it out. Alright, you all peace out, take care, and stay free.